Good day, sir. My topic is Crime 5. It's all about juvenile delinquency and juvenile justice system. Juvenile delinquency, it refers to an antisocial act of behaviors committed by minors which are contrary to the norms of the society. It involves oftentimes misdemeanor but may include after offense and felonies. Uh, crimes Crime is an act committed by an adult, and juvenile delinquency are acts committed by the minors. And also crime, an act that breaks criminal code which is created by society through written law. And also juvenile delinquency, acts that merely breaks cultural law or norms. And in crime, a person who committed crime can be dealt with in accordance with the criminal justice system. And to the juvenile delinquency, a child is under the process known as juvenile justice system. We proceed to the history of juvenile delinquency. When we say delinquency, are acts committed by minors. We proceed to history of juvenile delinquency. First is Code of Hammurabi. Oldest known code 4,000 years ago, dating 2270, used by the society to regulate behavior and at the same time punish those who disobeyed the rules. It established a social order based on individual rights. It is the origin of the legal principle of lex talionis or lex talionis, that is an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Kung ano ang iyong ginawa ay siya rin ang kabayaran. In 1641, General Court of Massachusetts passed the Stubborn Child Law, which stated that children who disobeyed their parents could be put to death. Kung sino yung mga anak nila na hindi sumunod ay papatayin dito sa Stubborn Child Law in 1641. And next is Roman Law and Canon or Church Law. Approximately 2,000 years ago, made distinction between juveniles and adults based on the notion age of responsibility. This age of responsibility, meron ka ng responsibilidad dito sa Roman Law and Canon Church Law. Ancient Jewish law. The Talmud specified condition under which immaturity was to be considered in imposing punishment. There was no corporal punishment prior to puberty, which was considered to be the age of 12 for the females and 13 for the males. In addition, no capital punishment is to be imposed on those offenders under 20 years of age. Dito sa ancient Jewish law. Ang sunod naman is codification of Roman law. In 5th century, this law resulted in the 12 tables. Children were criminally responsible for violation of law and were to be dealt with by same criminal justice system as adults. Under this general, infants 7 years old below were not held criminally responsible, but those approaching puberty above 7 to 14 for boys and above 7 to 12 for girls, liability was based on their capacity under the difference between right and wrong. Next is Anglo-Saxon common law. Law based on custom or usage. Children under the age of 7 were presumed incapable of forming criminal intent and therefore were not subject to criminal sanctions. Children between 7 to 14 were not subject to criminal sanction unless it could be demonstrated that they had formed criminal intent, understood the consequences of their actions, and could distinguish right from wrong. Children over 14 were treated much the same as adults. Dito naman sa middle of 19th century, the middle of the 19th century include the child saving movement. Concerned citizens eventually formed a social activist group called Child Savers, who believed that children were born good and become bad. Juvenile children were blamed on bad environments. This led to the creation of the doctrine Parens Patria. Take note, Parens Patria is a doctrine that does not consider delinquent acts as criminal violation, thus making delinquents not criminal persons and cannot be found guilty of a crime, punished like an adult criminal. This doctrine viewed minors who violate the laws as victims of improper care, custody, and treatment at home. Thus, in Parens Patria, the state becomes the father. Dito naman sa Law Act of 1601. Provided for involuntary separation of children from their impoverished parents, and these children were then placed in bondage to local residents as apprentices. In the Philippine settings, Presidential Decree 603, the Child and Youth Welfare Code dito sa Pilipinas. Under the said law, a person who is over 9 but under 21 years of age at the time of the commission of the offense who committed a crime is known as a youthful offender. Take note, this provision was later amended by the Presidential Decree 1179. Under the said law, it defines as youthful offender as a child, minor, or youth, including one who is emancipated in accordance with the law, who is over 9 years but under 18 years of age at a time of the commission of the offense. Dito naman sa Republic Act 9344, 15 years old and below are exempted from the criminal liability. Dito 15 years old and below, kasama dito ang 15 years old pababa ay exempted from criminal liability, while over 15 and below 18 are likewise exempted unless acted with discernment and is called child in conflict with the law. Ito po yung mga bata na nagagawa ng mga kasalanan. Child in conflict with the law ang tawag po sa kanila. Dito naman sa topic 2, sasagutin natin who is delinquent. A juvenile delinquent is one who repeatedly commits crimes. However, this juvenile delinquent could most likely have mental disorder behavioral issues such as schizophrenia, post-traumatic stress disorder, or bipolar disorder. Ito yung mga mental disorder, yung mga sira sa utak. And what is deviant behavior? Deviant behavior refers to a behavior that does not conform to the norms. These are behaviors that in some ways do not meet with the expectations of the other group of the society as a whole. The following may help us understand our consideration of what deviant behavior are. Una, in terms of time. The meaning of deviance changes through the years. For example, it was socially unacceptable to see girls drinking beer, or teenagers and women smoking. All these are not heavily considered now as deviant behavior. Makikita naman talaga natin nung unang panahon, bihira lang tayo makikita na may mga babaeng nagiinom sa labas, naninigarilyo. Kasi sa unang panahon talaga ay pinagbabawal ito. In terms of place or geography, being deviant varies according to geographic area. Open prostitution, as an example, is deviant in the Philippines, but not in some countries. Some countries have opened red light districts where customers can have their choice. Juvenile delinquency as a male phenomenon. Youth crime is disproportionately committed by young men. Feminist theorists and others have examined why this is the case. One suggested is that idea of masculinity mimic young men more likely to offend, being thought powerful, aggressive, and daring. Types of delinquent youth. Una, social. An aggressive youth who resents the authority of anyone who make an effort to control his behavior. Sa social. Dito naman sa neurotic. When we say neurotic, he is delinquent at have a cold, brutal quality for which the youth feels humorous. Dito naman sa accidental, he is less identifiable in his character. Essentially socialized, law-abiding, but who happens to be at the wrong place at the wrong time and become involved in some delinquent act not typically of his general behavior. Ito ay nangyari lang na hindi sinasadya, accidentally. Dito naman tayo sa stages of delinquency. Una, emergence. The child begins with petty laryngeal between 8 and sometimes 12 years old. Kalawa, dito naman tayo sa exploration. When we say exploration, at age of 13 up, there is a substantial increase in variety of seriousness. Medyo nag-upgrade na yung ginagawa ng bata. Tatlo, explosion. ay exploration pala yung pangalawa. He or she then move on a shoplifting and vandalism between age 12 to 14. Ang explosion at age of 13 up, there is a substantial increase in variety of seriousness. Ito yung sinabi ko kanina na medyo nag-upgrade na siya sa kanyang mga ginagawang mali. Kaapat, conflagration. At around 15 up, 4 more types of crimes are added. Ito na talaga yung 15 up, alam niya yung ginagawa niya. Meron na siyang mas higher pa yung kanyang ginagawa na mga krimen. Kasi tumatanda na siya, marami na siyang mga nalalaman. Dito naman sa ikalima, outburst. Those who continue on adulthood with progress into the more sophisticated or more violent forms of criminal behavior. Yun. Dito naman tayo sa classification of delinquency. Meron palang mga klasifikasyon itong delinquency. Una, unsocialized aggression. Rejected or abandoned. No parents to imitate and become aggressive. Ito pala yung mga taong unsocialized aggression. Sila yung reject or abandoned. Wala silang mga magulang. Andito naman sa socialized delinquency. Membership of fraternities or groups that advocate bad things. Ito yung sa socialized delinquency, kahit sino na yung mga kasama mo, yung mga barkada mo na maraming mga grupo, nayaya ka na sumali sa mga gang, kaya napilitan ka dahil na rin sa gusto talaga ito ng iyong mga kaibigan na ikaw ay sumali. Ito yung ibig sabihin ng socialized delinquency, membership. Pagsali mo sa mga fraternity na ang main goal ng iba dyan ay gumawa lang ng bad things. Dito naman tayo sa over-inhibited. Group secretly trained. Group secretly trained to do illegal activities like marijuana cultivation. Dito sa over-inhibited, ito yung mga grupo na secretly trained to do illegal activities. Yung iba gumagamit sila ng mga bata para ito yung ginagamit nila para magbenta ng mga illegal na droga para maging successful yung gusto nila. Predisposing factor. Inclinations or inherited propensities which cannot be considered a criminal one unless there is a probability that a crime will be committed. Dito naman sa precipitating factor, elements which provokes crimes or factors that are signified to the everyday adjustments of an individual, like personal problems, necessities, meditation, curiosity, ignorance, and diseases. Yun lahat ang stages of delinquency. Dito naman po tayo sa different approach towards delinquency. Una, biogenic approach. Biogenic views the lawbreaker as a person whose misconduct is the result of faulty biology. The offender is hereditary defective, suffers from endocrine imbalance or brain pathology. His or her body structure and temperament pattern have produced the law breaking. Pangalawa, it tells us or psychogenic approach. It tells us that the offender behaves as she or he does in response to psychological pathology of some kind. The critical causal factors is delinquency and personality problems, to which juvenile behavior is presumed to be response. Ito naman ang sociogenic approach. Sociogenic attributes the variation is delinquency pattern to influence social structures. The account of individual offender by reference process which go on in youth, gang, stigmatizing, contact with social agencies and other variables of the time. Dito lang po tayo sa topic na factors affecting juvenile delinquency. Individual risk factor include intelligence, impulsiveness, or the inability to delay gratification, aggression, empathy, and restlessness. Una, family. Family is the first and the basic institution in our society for developing the child's potential in all many aspects like emotional, intellectual, moral, and spiritual, as well as physical and social. The following are some of the causes of delinquency as influence of family. Unang-una talaga ay mahasa o ma-develop ang isang bata. Ito talaga una sa family. Ito naman ay makakumit ng crime. Dahilanan ay ang ito. Una, the faulty development of a child. Hindi siya nagabayan talaga or iba yung nakikita ng bata. Lack of parental guidance. Ito hindi talaga nagabayan ang kanyang mga magulang o hindi o iba yung nung mga magulang niya, iba yung pinapakita sa kanya kaya ginagaya niya ito. Lack of love and instinct of hate or anger due to the unfair treatment. Ito, isa rin ito, lack of love. Hindi balanse yung pagmamahal ng magulang. Meron siyang favoritism sa kanyang mga anak. Kaya yung ibang mga bata o anak nila ay gumagawa na lang ng krimen. Kadahilanan na iniisip ng mga kabataan ay hindi naman patas yung pagmamahal ng kanilang magulang. Sunod dito ay parental rejections. Ito, sama to. Meron ding mga parents na nare-reject yung kanilang mga anak. Kadahilanan nito ay busy sa trabaho o stress na sila sa kanilang mga gawain. And also broken home. Pamilya na palaging nag-aaway. Isa rin itong malaking apekto sa mga bata. Kaya yung iba nga dyan ay hindi na nila makayanan, kaya pagkitil ng kanilang sariling buhay dahil hindi na nila alam ang kanilang gagawin. Sunod nito ay parental abuse or neglected. Ito yung hindi talaga pinapansin yung kanilang mga anak, neglect lang nila, napabayaan. And lastly, criminal parents or siblings. Ito yung sasabi natin meron ding inherited, yung may mga magulang na kriminal, kaya yung kanilang mga anak ay nagiging kriminal na rin. And dito naman tayo sa environment. It is where the child influences after his first highly formative years. Youth in the community turns to become delinquent with companions. Some of these causes are the following. Dito tayo sa environment. Associations with criminal groups or gangs. So sa environment natin ay meron ding asosasyon na yung mga kasamahan niya ay mga criminal na rin, kaya siya ay nagiging criminal na rin. Kaya may kasabihan na tayo na yung iba nagsasabi na tell me who are your friends and I will tell you who you are. Kaya nga dito talaga sa environment, yung iba nakaka-influensya. Kasunod nito, alcoholism, ang drug addiction. Ito sa environment, drug addiction and also alcoholism. Marami talagang kabataan ang lulong sa mga ganito. Siguro 60% o 70% yung mga kabataan talagang lulong sa droga at sa mga iba't ibang mga vices, and also impulse of fear and crime-inducing situation that cause criminalistic tendencies and imitated in instinct like selfishness, violence, and anti-social wishes. Okay, yun lahat ang sa environment. Una, family. Pangalawa, environment. Meron pang school. Dito tayo sa eskwelahan. A public instrument for training young people. It is a principal institution for development of the basic commitment by young people to the goals and values of a society. Dito sa other department or agencies of the government, some of the department and agencies of the power government also create factors that influence the youth to become delinquent, such as the following. Ito. Dahil dito, gumagawa ang mga kabataan ng mga krimen. Political interference of the higher position. Pangalawa, unfair decision of the court. Ito, unfair decision. Because hindi naman natin makakaila talaga na meron talagang unfair decision sa court, o yung iba nagsasabi nito na unfair kadahilanan ng meron din talagang nakikita natin because of the money. Sabi nga nila, when money talks, everybody will listen. Police carelessness and unfair treatment. Dito rin sa ating mga law enforcement, meron ding mga tao na mga pulis o mga ating mga kapulisan o lahat ng mga law enforcement na meron din silang mga favoritism, meron din silang unfair treatment. So dapat talaga ay i-balance natin to lahat. Yung ating pag-serbisyo sa lahat ng mga tao, it would be fair. And lastly, influence from the newspapers, movies, TV, radio, comic, and other magazines. Laki rin ang influensya sa mga newspaper, sa mga movies na magagawa ang mga kabataan talaga ng krimen. Dito naman tayo sa gang. The term gang is frequently associated with the groups in socially disorganized and deteriorated inner city neighborhoods. It is applied to youths who are engaged in variety of delinquencies ranging from truancy, street brawls, and beer running to race, riots, robberies, and other serious crime. Okay, yung gang kasi talaga ay dito siguro meron, pero sa nakita ko ngayon yung mga gang talaga ay iba yung trip nila. Gumagawa sila ng mga krimen, kahit robbery. Yung iba nga, yung trip nila, pumapatay sila ng tao.